Another great question we always get asked is, will my flat roof leak? It's like people have always got this mental perception of the shed flat roof done in 1980s that always seems to leak. It's rotten, it's got moss all over it. You know, that's what everyone's perception of a flat roof is. And everyone wants a pitched roof. I mean, the reason why we end up doing a flat roof in a lot of extension projects is because of the first floor windows. We don't want to have the pitch go against it, or it blocks views from the first floor. So a better solution sometimes is to have a flat roof with kind of like a skylight, could be a lantern, could be a range of.
Well, it's also it's usually cheaper as well, isn't it? And I suppose the problem, a reason a lot of people probably raise is because I think you always get that question when you do home insurance, don't you? What percentage of your house has got a flat roof, and presumably it puts up your premium. But
I think it's mental.
I think it's linked to that, and I think people have got this theory, and I think that again it comes down to, I think, probably dodgy builders again as well, doesn't it? Where people have probably had flat roofs in the past. If they're not done right, they will leak. They will leak if they're not done right, because they've only got a 1-2 degree fall max. And there might be some ponding water. I mean, it is, believe it or not, most roof manufacturers will say ponding water is fine. You know, it shouldn't cause a problem, but over time it can. So it's best to be avoided, and that's often why you design it so it's slightly steeper.
I think one thing to remember is you can do sedum roofs. You know, so if it's an aesthetic thing, like you don't want, say, from the first floor to see a flat roof, single ply membrane, GRP, or whatever it is, green roofs are always an excellent way of softening up the appearance. Or from your garden, you can always create a parapet or overhang detail depending on where the sun's coming in. So you don't necessarily have to see it.
Which I think is good, because I hate looking at flat roofs. The other point to note is there's quite a range of flat roofs, isn't there? So you've got your old-fashioned felt, which has got 10-year lifespan, something like that. You've got your GRP, which I'm not that
20, 25.
Yeah, I'm not that keen on GRP, but it's used a lot by builders. You've got EPDM, which is sort of like a sustainably sort of rubbery type product, which is quite cool, but can be seen as more of a DIY material. And you've got
single ply membrane.
Single ply. So single ply is probably the sort of top end, because that has to really be installed by a professional. And
it's usually our go-to single ply.
Yeah, I would say I sort of prefer it, because you get a good 30 years of that. You know it's going to be installed by someone that knows what they're doing. And I suppose the last one, the only other one which is more commercially, is the hot melt systems, which is usually used under green roof systems, but you don't really see that on a commercial project. But yeah, single ply is probably our go-to. And I would say, if it's installed right, no, it won't leak. But if it's not installed right,
I think a lot of it is, when it comes to flat roof, most of it is in the installation. The products themselves, they've improved a lot in the last years. A lot of it is in the installation, it's in the details. That's usually where it goes wrong.
Yeah. And you can, if you go for something like a single ply, technology has evolved, you can have electronic integrity tests done if you want to check to see if there's any leaks anywhere before your builder goes off site. You can flag them up, and they do say that the patches are fine. It's perfectly fine to patch a single ply roof. I think you can patch up to like 80% of it or something silly like that. That's what one of the manufacturers says. So that's absolutely fine. The patch is just as strong.
80%?
Yeah, that's what they say.
You might as well put a new roof on.
Well, sure. Exactly.
80%.
The point is I think they've tested it, and that's like the extreme situation that you can do. Whether you do that or not, I don't know, but yeah.